What do you say? Am I always bearish? Absolutely no, not. There is a tactical bullish and there is a macro bearish. So the macro bearish means not being complacent, but looking at both the bull and the bear, or lawyering the trade to say, okay, I know why we're going up. It's really simple, more buyers than sellers. But more specifically, underneath the surface, what is holding and what is chasing? Policy intervention, mechanical flows, the promise of fiscal easing, monetary easing, and etc. I mean, oh my goodness, they even tout when the market even starts to thinking about rolling off, they start saying, you know what, we're going to seriously consider removing capital gains tax. So of course, who wants to sell and realize any taxes when there might be a chance that they remove them? The point is, I know the games they play. So I can talk about that. I can talk about the round tripping by NVIDIA or the negative double miss by Oracle, but that doesn't matter. I can see both sides of it, but I wouldn't ever short a Ponzi. I wouldn't ever short all-time highs, whether I'm bullish that sector or not. And I keep saying that about gold and silver week after week after week. There's been no reason to get in front of it. If you don't feel comfortable, you got too many profits, well, okay, you can take some off. There's never a bad time to take profits. And Hans is oftentimes working with clients to say, okay, why don't you collar this and protect some of this if you're nervous about it? But the long story short is there's a lot underneath the surface that I do try and project into the future. For example, June, here, I'll show it to you. June of 2024, bingo, this one. I came out on a podcast and I said, as I did in November of 2023, I'm bullish. And then again in all of 2024, I'm bullish. But I also said in June of 2024, quote, recession risk will be pulled forward end of 2025. I made that call in June of 2024 for the end of 2025 because that's a macro thing. Why? It's because employment data is so lagging. Unemployment rate is so lagging. So the trend is falling. So underneath the surface, I can see some of the cracks that are forming that the market doesn't care about. It doesn't price in. And then recession risk gets pulled forward when it starts to become very apparent, like the job revisions number. So I had been already on top of that. That was known. Those job revision numbers, we didn't know exactly what they were going to be, but we knew what they were going to be. Bad. So the point is, I can still be aware. It's called risk aware. It doesn't mean risk averse. And I can make calls about oil falling when literally it was 80. And I said, I see it falling into 60 to 40 range by the end of 2025. I made that call in April of 2024. We were $82 in crude. What did we hit? 57. The point is, I can see big picture trends in yields and dollar and oil and employment and inflation.
Join Samantha and Hans at the next Macro to Micro Options Power Hour, held each Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Registration is free. Scan this QR code or click on the link in the description.